James, your customers have been growing Errigal for a good few years now, some very different seasons. What is it you like about the variety? What attracted you to multiplying it up and supplying it to your customers?
Yeah, it's performing very well. It seems to be quite quick to get out of the ground, good early vigour in it, which is important for spring barley, particularly in seasons where it's going into cold, damp seed beds. You need that early vigour to get up and away and, you know, get into the tillering stage very fast.
What are the main reasons why, James, you'd recommend your customers to grow Errigal again this year in 2021?
Yeah, it seemed to yield very well out on farm in 2020, and the previous seed crops in 2018, 2019 also yielded quite well. You know, it's a solid variety in terms of straw strength, straw quality, grain quality. It's quick out of the ground, which is important when you have difficult springs like we had in the past couple of years. You know, it seemed to tolerate the drought very well last year in 2020.
James, for people that are growing spring barley, growing Errigal, is there anything that you'd recommend them to do to get a little bit more out of the variety?
Like any spring barley, it's imperative that you get all the basics right. So starting with your soil test results, examining the pH, getting your lime on, ensuring you have the correct seed bed fertiliser at time of sowing, ensuring you check your 1,000 grain weights and calculate your seeding rates. And I think if you get those things right, you know, with spring barley, if it's well sown, it's half grown, and that's, you know, it's clearly evident from 2020. Spring barley went into excellent conditions, which resulted in good crops.
Last autumn, James, in August 2020, there was a lot of storms passed through the country. How did Errigal hold up for you in your area?
The Errigal seemed to hold up well. It was very regionalised and localised, those storms. At one side of Clonmel they were very bad, this side of Clonmel was probably less affected. But the Errigal seemed to hold up quite well compared to some of the other varieties.